Hi guys and welcome to FUT Champs Journey, the series where we are obviously going to be taking our super team today, guys, and you can see that we do have the knockout tournament, the knockout, we qualified for it anyway. We've got our team ahead of us, and our last ranking was 32 wins, which wasn't the best either, which is very annoying for me. So we've got a lot of catching up to do this week, and I have stated, guys, if I don't know, I'm going to run some giveaways. So if you guys don't follow me on social media, I really recommend doing so, because if I don't hit 34 wins this week, minimum, I'm giving away an Xbox One or a PS4. It's that simple, guys. And if you guys obviously support the video and stuff like that, leave a like rating, guys, and the giveaway will be known for next weekend. So I'll be giving away an Xbox or a PlayStation 4 in the comment section of this video. So if you guys do want MSP, PSN codes, or cheat game codes, guys, go and check out g2a.com. Their link is down below. If you're trying to hit over 5,000 likes, that would be brilliant. You guys want the giveaway? That'd be brilliant as well. And subscribe to me if you're not subscribed already. So the team we're taking forward, guys, for this week is not going to be our fatal team. It's going to be this one, which is the main team, obviously, and does alright. So we've got the free team of the years, we've got the usual team. I think I should do well with it, and that's why I'm aiming 34, guys. If I get less than 34 wins, that's it done. We're giving away a PlayStation or an Xbox, just to keep me in frame of mind to win games. That's the reason why I'm winning games, is challenging myself, otherwise I'm giving away. Who knows, I might be kind, guys, and give away, depending on where we do finish. So that's been really the intro to the team. You guys know the crack. 1 to 10 games today. Hopefully the server's alright. Not going to complain. Unless I get booted off. That's some time I'll complain. So you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, rating, subscribe, and this will be the last weekend I actually use this team, guys, because next weekend is actually a BPL team we've got to use with 2 random players. I'm still deciding which ones to use. So let's get into game 1 to 10 and hopefully start off really, really well. So guys, pushing on into this episode, there's something I didn't cover in the first part of this, and that's because I started a bit later on, obviously, with the games. Now, EA have released a new requirement one for the 1 in 2 weeks' time, or just under 2 weeks' time, which is now a Bundesliga and La Liga team, 18 players, subs and starting 11. So them players are going to be quite good. I've already built my team pre-purpose as well, so we should be ready to go for the next 2 weeks. So it's going to be changed. This is the last week we're going to be using the super team. Well, said last week we're going to be using the super team, the main team. All my teams are super that I do build for FUT Champions. Also, guys, there's something else I need to cover in this episode, because I remember reading the comment on the last video, which was the gameplay one last week, and a lot of people thumbed up the comment as well, which I was very, very surprised about, saying that the reason that my losses I've got more losses each week is down to the fact that I'm cherry picking. So today's subject, guys, is going to be the talk of cherry picking, what cherry picking means, and if I do it. Because a lot of people think I did do it and do it. So when it comes to the first couple of weeks of FIFA, guys, I was editing the gameplay videos quite a lot. Well, I was editing them every single day over the weekend and getting all 40 games out. And I think you guys have seen every single game of FUT Champions that I have played somewhere on the channel. So what I noticed, and it made it a lot easier for me, and it's something I have changed to recently, is when I score a goal at home, and obviously you guys see more wins from me than losses anyway, as we get like 30 wins minimum usually, I'm able to see the goal spikes. So with the audio, you guys can barely hear it in the back, but it's a lot more louder than when the away opponent scores. So what I made the decision to do, and also stay to my home stadium, because you guys will know, if you have played FIFA this year, if you come up against dodgy stadiums with dodgy cameras and stuff, then it can put you off your game. So there's a few advantages for me doing it, and that's why I do it, mainly for the editing purpose of it. So when I do back out of games, there is a few reasons why I will back out at the matchup screen. The first one is if I'm away, and the reason being, guys, it makes editing a hell of a lot easier. It saves me about half an hour altogether getting all the clips and being able to split it up for you guys. So we get more content out, and it gives me more time to play the game and more time to do other stuff as well. So that's one of the reasons why I only play home games. The next one is when I do get 3 bar, 2 bar, 1 bar. Obviously, it goes all the way up to 5. I don't mind playing 4 bar, actually. We played 4 bar quite a lot, and played 5 bar not that often, actually, in FUT Champions. And that's the only reasons you'll see me back out, or if I've accidentally forgot to put fitness on. That's the only times I will back out, as you guys will have seen. Now, a lot of people are saying the only reason I'm picking up losses is because I'm not able to cherry pick now, but I don't think you guys realise what happens on the matchup screen. All the details are still available for you to see anyway in the kit selection screen in the top right hand corner, as obviously I play my games at at home, in the top right hand corner it displays the club name and it displays the club badge as well, and also you don't get to see the established date. That's the only thing which is completely gone off both of the selection screens, which is the established date. Now, when it comes to matching up against Foot Founders, I did that anyway. I've always played any numerous amount of dates, and I have no complaints about playing Foot Founders. One of the reasons being is that Foot Founders I find, I wouldn't say a lot easier, but a lot more, I don't know, the more the casual player. The Foot Founders are more casual players that I have found, and I think in this episode, guys, we actually played a few Foot Founders as well. So one of the things I would urge you to do, guys, if you don't already, FootWiz has got a website. It's got a champs section, so you go on the FootWiz website, you click champs, you can then search a gamer tag. Now, you guys know that you can't search a gamer tag until you actually go into the game, so I always get a little bit of a clue as to who I'm coming up against. And in the first 10 games of today, guys, we actually come up against a few opponents who have been in the top 100 since the start of the game. So if you guys want to obviously pause the game, or pause the video, sorry, when you do see the matchup screen, you can get the gamer tags, you can search them on FootWiz, and you can see the opponents I'm coming up against. You can't see established dates, but if you guys do want to get deeper into it, feel free to add them gamer tags on Xbox and take a look. This guy hasn't been in the top 100, but upon googling his gamer tag, he is actually a VFL and does do some sort of esports. I'm not sure whether it's esports clubs or esports ultimate team, but he does have a very, very stacked team. Very, very dangerous opponent as well. So, as terms to cherry picking, guys, that is not me. It's something I've never done. I know the pro players, they don't cherry pick, but they avoid all the other pro players in a way for them lot to get to regionals, which is fair enough because their bread and butter, their money, their payments come from getting to regionals, and obviously the more money they can get, the better they can do for themselves financially. So I have no qualms with the pros not playing each other and waiting out to regionals, which is probably where a few things did go wrong with the regionals in the last week in Europe, where they'd never played each other for a long time and weren't expecting to play, and a lot of people went out in the first round. So that's the only instance of cherry picking. Now, I tarn it. A lot of people back out on kits, which is why you see me change my badge and my kits all the time, because people get used to seeing my badge and kits in all my videos and decide not to play me, which is not what I want to do. What I'm aiming to do, to be fair, guys, is bait people into playing me, because when they're in the game, the only time they're going to see my gamer tag and realise that it's me is by it's too late, when they're loading up into the game, guys. So it's too little too late for them, and it avoids people who I do beat most weeks playing the game again to give me another win, or sometimes I'll play people I've lost to before, and I think you've seen that in the past 2 weeks. I know at least I've played the same couple of opponents a few times and still got the absolute dicking. So it's something I would never do. The only thing, and you guys will vouch for me as well if you do have matched up with me, you'll know that I only do back out when it comes to not playing my home game. So already this week, we have made some massive change. Anyway, that's the story of cherry picking covered, guys, and I will cover it a little bit at the end of the video as well. But when it comes to the game this week, what is a little bit different is the way that I am playing, the time that I'm playing. Also, as you guys may or may not know, as I mention it all the time, I've started getting up early. I wanted to try something out this week. Usually, the baits and schedule, I would say usually get up about 11, 12. Which is late as fuck. Yeah, it's really late as fuck. By the time I start playing FIFA, it's like 2, 3. By the time I start playing at 2 or 3, that is like starting to get peak time of FIFA, which causes server overload. When I started playing the games today, servers, oh, they were so smooth. They were so smooth. Really, really good gameplay. I was happy with it. Really, really happy with it. Picking up 5-0 wins. Picking up really important wins against good opponents as well. And that was due to the servers being not as heavy and not as laggy, which is something which I'm just going to avoid in the future, I think. Like, literally, today, as of Friday night, as I'm recording this video, guys, I have played 13 games up until now. So I've took a stopped at 6 or just before 6, come to edit the videos. I'm going to commentate it, so I can't spoil anything in the future for you lot, so I don't know where I'm going to stand or where I'm going to place, and give you a bit of a heads up as to what I'm doing. So this week, not only have we changed the times in which I'm going to be playing, like I'm going to wake up tomorrow, Saturday morning, or today as this video does go live, and play another batch of games all the way up until 5, 6 o'clock again. Reason being, I just find the servers cleaner, and I've noticed that throughout a period of time. I've been looking at Twitter, I've been sat in Discord with Nep, Marshall, Nick as well, and they've been complaining about the game a hell of a lot. Now, the only time I start complaining about the game is when it's heavy, so I presume with them picking up losses or however they're doing, guys, and getting frustrated at the game, it's more likely looking like the servers are a little bit tad heavy due to server load. So I've avoided doing that. Going to be playing non-peak times and hopefully getting the young children who haven't got the time to play FIFA in the morning to get more wins and hopefully finish really, really well. And already, guys, we are unbeaten in this episode already, which is absolutely sweet. And I can't ask for much better, really, because wins are wins. Now, the next step I did take for this week was adjusting my defending. I talked about it briefly in the final 2 episodes of last week's episode 3 and 4 of the week, which was adjusting my defending. Now, you guys see the goals that I do concede. A lot of them are complete bullshit, but not bullshit on my opponent's part, bullshit on my part in the way that I'm dragging players up, moving players around, leaving massive gaps, so I've avoided doing it. Now, this game was going to be the real test for it. Now, obviously, good opponents are still going to break down defences regardless, guys. This guy with Neymar, I was backing off, controlling the midfielder, committed too late, and Neymar had already smashed it in near post as well, so a very, very annoying goal to concede. But as long as we're able to break the space, pull the opponent up out the area, it seems to be working for me. Now, you guys have seen the games that I struggle are the people who park the bus and don't attack. So what I've done is I've learned to defend a little bit better. Like, I would say that I'm a lot better than I was previous weeks. I got a little bit overconfident, thought I was going to go 40 and 40 most weeks, as everyone dreams of doing anyway, and unfortunately it's not happened. In fact, we've finished a lot worse off than we have done. 32 finished last week is absolutely garbage. Need to step it up this week, next week and the week after, to even get a chance of top 100 monthly, which is my bread and butter. I love getting the monthly cards and being able to show you guys more content. So definitely something I'm pushing towards, and the defending has worked awesome. So the way we've adapted defending, guys, it is obviously I still play with my defensive like tactics set straight away, switching the formation to the 4-3-1-2, which I will have covered in a few other videos apart from this, and changing Vieira to stay back while attacking, which doesn't really do much, and cut passing lanes as well. Cutting passing lanes, guys, is the main part of this experiment when it does come to trying out the new defending. So what you're basically looking to do, guys, is pressure the opponent into making a stupid pass where you're there already controlling the player and being able to pick the ball up. I've been trying to help Nepenthes do it as well. I think he's struggling a tad bit with it. Marshall doesn't want to do it, but honestly, guys, the way it's helped me has been ridiculous. It allows me to free up space in the attack, and obviously you guys know when I'm not crowded, I'm a really, really good clinical person when it comes to attack. This is the defending I'm still struggling with, which is the counter-attacking style defending, because I'm still panicking, rushing and messing around. And you can see, guys, this screen, it was a foot founder. We won 5-2 against him. If you wanted to search his gamer tag as well, guys, you would find him on FootWiz, as he has been in the top 100 before as well. So not to hide anything from you guys, not to, I don't know. The aim of this series is to help you lot. There definitely is to help you lot. Show you what I'm doing wrong, but also what I'm doing right, and end up working on it together. Now, there's a few comments in the comments where you guys help me with certain type of tactics. A lot of people have been saying, why don't you try switching up the crossing and stuff? But I still can't find that sweet spot for a cross, which is pretty frustrating, as we are so far into FIFA 17 already. So currently, I'm sticking with what I know, which is definitely the triangle, passing, breaking through, holding, shielding. We don't shield as much as we used to. We definitely do a counter-attack a lot more than we used to, and if you guys have stuck with the series, you will have noticed that. We do actually cross it in here, but look at the state of that goal, guys. You're not going to try and emulate that every time you cross the ball in here. It's just very, very lucky. So we take a 2-0 lead against our opponent here. He gets even better, guys. He opened up a lot more. Messi with his burners. De Rossi was not catching Messi. He's able to run on in, guys, towards the 6 yard. Gets the low-driven shot off and beats Ruffier. The guy's team was weird anyway. I don't know why he did decide to put SBC Ruffier in there, who wouldn't been getting full chem. Dominant game, as always. High passing stats. And our next opponent, guys, Connor 92. He has Martial in form. Gray, Willian, one to watch. Pogba, Kante, Rooney, Azpilicueta, Smalling, Koscielny, Walker and Courtois, which I expect to see a lot of teams like this next week, in fact, and I struggle against the BPL teams. But we started off good, as we always do. Nice possession-based play, spreading his players back. You can see how many players he's got back and just finding the correct passing routes. Nice fake shot there by Pogba, which didn't even look like a fake shot, but it did sort of put my opponent off, which allowed me a free space to get a shot off bottom corner to beat Courtois. Next one. cross in. Pogba goes for a shot, fails it. Suarez with the save. Somehow managed to get it back to Alaba, but the ball's just bouncing everywhere, guys, waiting for it to come back to me. And you can see the pressure that I'm putting on his players, and he just makes the stupid pass, which allows me straight on back on the attack. And it's Ronaldo with the ball here. Is able to go for a screamer to make it 2-0 in the 59th minute. So we're looking absolutely awesome already, guys. This is I think this is the 9th game actually of today, and we've already picked up 8 wins up until now. And then when Ronaldo steps up here, just absolutely smash it into the top corner, you knew it was going to be game over for my opponent. So a nice 9th victory in this game. It was far from over though. We were controlling the game. Never have I been 3-0 up and lost a game anyway, and I'm going to make that continue. But definitely need to work on a little bit more as defending wise. I'm still making stupid errors. Need to remember to stop playing at a certain time, because when you get tired you slip up wins, and I think that's what's happened with Nep and Marshall today with the amount of games they've played, and they've just not took breaks. A brilliant volley there from Vieira, stay back while attacking my ass, does seal the victory, guys, and gives us a 4-1 victory in the 9th game of FUT Champions today. So with that, this is the first time in a while, guys, I think we've actually gone like this for a start of a run. And we're going to continue and try and get 10 up against FNK Fabos. You guys feel free to search this gamer tag as well, because I know it is in the top 100 at some point. Look at that team. That is a ridiculous team. Legends. Messi. I don't know if Messi was in it, actually. I know Bale was in it. A lot of decent players. But that's no comparison. Like, I've no excuse about people's teams, no complaints about people's teams, because one, I've got a super team anyway, so if not one of the best teams that majority of people will have seen on FIFA. We scored 2 amazing long shots within 9 minutes of the game, guys. I was really surprised that we were going in every time I was hitting them sweetly though. We were hitting them really nice, and it gets even better. This one, Suarez, individually marked by Boateng, I think, goes at him, commits, fails, and that's the defending I do. An absolute screamer there from Suarez does make it 3-0 in the 13th minute of the game, and that was it, guys, until the 76th minute. We're able to get a nice square from Best through to Suarez. He makes it 4-0 in the 77th minute, and from that, guys, we are able to get a rage quit from our opponent in the 77th minute, and that is game over. So 10 games done, guys. 10 wins. And there we are, guys. We bounced back from last week. Obviously, we had a rough start. I think it was 8-2 to 10 out of 10 this week. We are playing some really, really good FIFA against really decent opponents. I would have covered some as well in between of this video, which is you guys think that I cherry pick opponents or cherry picked opponents. The only thing that I do, and I will have explained this as well, just a reminder that I ever haven't, I only choose home games for one reason only, not because it gives me an advantage. It gives me one advantage that I fully know of, and that is editing. And you guys know if you score a goal with your home crowd, it's a lot louder than it is with your away crowd. So that's the only reason I play at home, guys. And obviously you can see I never cherry picked opponents last time anyway, guys. I repeatedly played the same things as long as it was a home game, and it's proven today. So we finish off with a very, very decent win, guys. Some really nice goals actually scored in this game itself, opening up for long shots. This was a really, really good goal from outside the area, completely skinning Ronaldo of all people to make it 1-0. Not long after that one, guys, Pog Boom arrived. Nice positioning opened up there, able to sidestep the defender, and a complete lever into the left-hand side of the goal. And then not long after that one, guys, Luis Suarez yet again opening up space around Boateng, skinning him. Open space, long shots, guys. That's what all maybe five of the 6 players in my midfield and attack can do this. So thankfully I have got the caliber of player to do it. So that's the game over and done with. That's the first run done, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it on the run. We're on a decent run, guys. 10 wins out of 10 games. Playing before 6 o'clock. I will not be playing after 6 o'clock. I guarantee that one. But if you guys have enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe if you're not. And I'll be back tomorrow with the next episode of FUT Champs Journey.